Welcome to Tighten Up Tuesday. It's Chris Denman live in St. Louis, Missouri at the Mid-Coast studio. B-Phlat, it's her show. She's in Philadelphia, PA. Grace is back. Look out. No double duty for me tonight. Grace is dancing into your hearts and minds. B-Phlat's got a big show ahead. So many flash wreck pictures. So much fun to get to. It's the DIY show, the funniest DIY show you've ever seen in your life. Tell your mom, tell your friends. It's time for Tighten Up Tuesday. There she goes. Look at me. Look at me. Look at Grace. It's going to be a big Tuesday. Here it is. Extended version. Okay. B's knee is moving. It's going to be a big night. I'm excited. Everybody's...
Thank you, Chris, for acknowledging me.
That's right. Look at you. I got the gray background. You've got the wonderful, the reconstructed basement in the background. If you're just joining the first time ever, B-Phlat, very funny comedian who has a very unique sense of style and the ability to flip shit frugally and make it fly. What's up, B?
What's up, Chris? How you doing, Deezy?
Just...
Oh, shit.
It ain't easy being Deezy, you know?
With that shirt on in your background, you look like an official person working for NASA or some shit, or some conspiracy theorist underground shit about a radio show about to tell us something about Mars.
Well, you always tell me you want me to get high, so I'm just trying to get to outer space. Let's do it.
That background suggests it, especially with the light glowing around you and your NASA shirt. Yeah, you look.
It's working out.
It's working out for you, Chris.
What's on tap for tonight? You were just telling me some stuff before the show. You were going through it with Grace. I know you got to be happy she's back. Say hey to your Picassos. Let us know what's going on.
Well, first of all, I always have to give a shout out to Daphne. I haven't even touched base with her today. I normally upload the format sheet and send it to her. I've been so busy just trying to get back on point. Shout out to my soror Lauren for providing the wonderful music for this show. Chris, I'm still getting it together from St. Croix. Now, I got back last Tuesday. I was gone 4 days, but it took me 4 days to get it together.
Yeah.
From the travel, I just was trying to pull it together and doing too much. And I'm like, you know what? I'm getting older. But like my dad said, you're not getting older. You're just learning how to rest better.
Yeah. There it is. So he's got it figured out. Yeah.
How to rest better because your body will shut it down. So my knee was like, I'm teaching you how to rest better. My body was like, I'm about to show you how to rest. So yes, I've been catching up on my rest, trying to get my shit together and, so I can always be ready for Tighten Up Tuesday. Shit, I ain't did a get your day started in like 10 days because of my knee and
it's tough. Everything. But you did it on your Instagram today.
I did, but I'm hard-headed. I will be running the streets and, the pavement and doing the stuff I ain't supposed to do. And then my knee be acting up. My husband don't want to hear it, but I got to do something. It's a hard habit to break.
Sure.
I'm not about to say I'm an athlete, but I love to run no matter what. So I'm going to run till my kneecap fall off. And I got to wear pantyhose, a little knee-high pantyhose tied up around the bottom of my ankle. The bottom of my knee, the shin part, to hold my kneecap in place like my grandma used to do.
Oh, wow. That's how she held it down.
She did. She put two of them around her, and she used to always say it was holding her. That's because she used to rip and run the streets and had bad. That's a whole nother story.
Well, we'll have time throughout the show. Yes.
I jump around, but I try to stay on point and not lose sight of why we're here. One is to always show love to my Picassos. Show you and Grace love, whoever's working on the show. And, of course, Kim and Sherri.
It's their channel.
Yes, we are on episode 42.
Look at you go.
And next week is the CashApp report. I'm damn right. I love doing them.
CashApp report.
I love them out. So
my favorite.
That's what we're featuring next week is the CashApp report, and then I'm also going to announce who I picked as my, whoever wears their. Remember, I've been getting these shirts in of the Picassos wearing their shirts, so I'm going to pick one or two people to add them to the brief and bake for the day oneers.
Yeah.
For the CashApp report. So let me get my shout outs real quick. So this is funny now. I feel like this is like a chain letter going on between myself, Miss Ethel Gerard, my girl Beverly Gomez, and my neighbor, Miss Myrna. So this is hand letter. I wrote a hand letter to Miss Myrna the other day to let her know that Miss Beverly is donating her donating the funds for me to build her bench and her planter out of the concrete.
Oh, that's great.
I took the note down there, wrote on it, put it in her mailbox. Then Miss Myrna sent the note back. Dennis was like, you got a note in the door. And it was funny because I got to read it. Because I don't think she read it properly. She's like, I'm sorry and disappointed. I've had 2 deaths in my family, and I can't afford to contribute to the project. So I don't think that she understood that someone is donating it, and she's going to be away because she has to go away for 2 deaths in the family.
Oh, no.
One in New York. Yeah, so the thing is, I told Miss Beverly that I'm still going to do it anyway while she's gone. And I'm actually going to start on a Thursday because that's a quick project. It's only going to take like 2 days, and I want to get it done before the weekend. And it rains. It's supposed to rain this weekend. So then I got a note from Miss Beverly, and I printed it out. And it's so nice. And I just want to read it because I really appreciate that people really love this show. It says, since day one, I've been watching Tighten Up Tuesdays. However, I've never participated with the Cash Apps. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for keeping me in continuous joy, laughter, and stitches all the time. There aren't enough words to express how appreciative, grateful, and thankful I am to you for keeping my spirits lifted, my eyes filled with tears, and my body rolling on the floor. Because you are hilarious and funny to me. Every show is my favorite because you're consistent with your comedic delivery comedic delivery every time. So continue doing your best, sophisticated ignorance. Ignorance, comedian forever. Warm wishes, Beverly. P.S. If there are any other elderly people in your project you're doing projects for, let me know. So she more or less like, whoever you want to do something for, let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll send it. So I thought that was so sweet.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Miss Ethel in the Bronx, she sent the first card like this. And then she sent me another card, which I thought was funny. She says, I thank you for mentioning me on the show on episode 39. I'm not on the internet and I'm from the old school. However, I realized I didn't get my flash rag because I didn't send the money to you or Midcoast Media.
That'll delay.
No, I got to order it before I went away to St. Croix. She said, so here's the money for the flash rags. I didn't remember the price. Thank you for 2 funny mamas. Thank Kim, Sherri, and happy belated birthday again. And tell Chris hello. Love always, Ethel Gerard.
Oh, thank you, Ethel.
And then
what'd she send?
She sent me a money order.
Oh.
So I already ordered her flash rag. She got them.
Oh, you ordered them for her. Okay, good.
I ordered them for her, and she just hit me up the other day saying that she did get them because I watched the tracking.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And I told her if she could get somebody to take a picture, of her and her rag, I would love to put it on the show.
That's great.
She's like,
shout out to Ethel.
Shout out to Miss Ethel. She's like, I ain't get them because I ain't send the money. I was like,
she's honest. Yeah.
She's very honest. So, before I even move any further, I forgot to add Taina to my shout outs on the format sheet because this came in today and she was like, when you get it, don't open it on the show as a reveal.
Oh, so a surprise. Like, oh,
it's a surprise. So I actually cut it because she taped it and it's a lot of packing in here. So Chris, guess what I'm going to do right now? Okay,
you're going to open it. Now, maybe watch her, looks like there's an address on the front. I don't know if she wants that out there.
It is. I'm not going to, that's why I'm getting ready. Look, voila, booyah. You see I built my little, that's my
look at you. Okay.
I haven't painted it yet. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and unveil this.
I love it.
Ina. Oh, let me get it out of here.
What could this be? That is a huge delivery of weed.
Oh, what you say? What you say? Okay, wait a minute. All right, let me put this over here, because like I said, I don't need to be showing people addresses and stuff. Okay. All right.
Taina has sent a special gift.
Oh, shut up, Loretta. Shut up, Loretta. Shut up, Loretta. Look, Chris, look at that. Do you see that?
I love it.
Oh, shit,
that's so great. Look at it.
Wait a minute. What's the reflection? That's the reflection.
Yeah, step back.
Computer.
If you step back and turn it to the left, you almost had it. Go do it to your right. People are getting the gist of it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go, because the light is glaring on it.
Look at that. That's a work of art.
Oh my God, I don't know how long it took to do this.
I can hear that photo. It's so good.
That is so nice. Can you see? Oh, I wish people could. Now I got to figure out where I'm going to put it, Chris.
It better be in view. Yeah.
Oh, you know it. You know where I'm going to put it, Chris. I might have to wear this on it. Wear this.
Put a gold chain. Yes, that'll match the sparkles. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to have to and wear it like flavorful clock.
Yeah.
Where am I going to put this? Oh, I'm going to figure it out. Let me see. No,
give it a whirl. What about that back wall that's white to the right of your red? Yeah, there you go. What about there?
Well, I'd have to really brace it here. I'd have to glue it there and never move it. Because this is my wall that slide. You know, that's my little slide door. I'm going to figure it out.
That was very nice. Yes.
Wait a minute. I'm so ignorant. It might be this stuff in here. Let me just make sure. And it's packing. See, look at that frugal, recycled packaging. She's like, I'm going to say this. Okay.
That makes you almost as happy as the photo.
I got a card. Oh, this is so nice. And I like how she did this. This is why I save stuff like this.
Yeah.
She said packing. And that's a smart idea, especially if you're sending things that are in a glass frame. So I'm sure people can see this.
Yeah.
Just say, stack it up. You don't have to be a hoarder and be like having a whole bunch of the shit. But a few things, especially if you know you're doing this kind of stuff and you need to. So check this out.
Look at that.
That is so nice.
That's so nice. Look at that.
That is so nice. All right, let me move this for a second. Let me go on and drop my table right quick.
What a great reason to show off the new edition.
Yes. Oh, let me read this really quick. Oh, I'm not even done with the shout outs. I'm about to tear up. See, this is why
people are so nice.
When I think about all that I have to do to get Tighten Up Tuesday together, and it takes like 3 to 4 good days of work, it's all worth it because I get great shit like this. This is to add to your Picasso Hall of Fame. Dear B, I had so much fun making this for you. I can't wait to work with you in a few weeks. Love, Taina. Oh, that's so dope.
That's so
and I'm just taking all this stuff and putting it together for my scrapbook. Because I got a new scrapbook. I've always had it, but I pulled it out from under the steps. It was an empty one, so I can start the stuff for my frugal flip scrap. Because I keep all these notes, and I told you, Chris, this stuff gonna go in the Smithsonian, and then people gonna come through and they gonna be like, "Don't touch the pages, don't touch the pages."
Right?
They gonna have like a little robot that flip the pages. They gonna be like, "Oh, these pages is down." They be like, "No, but if you want to read her memoirs and all her crazy stuff," and I'm telling you, because I ain't got no kids to hand this stuff down to. I got nieces and nephews. But I don't want them to be fighting over my stuff. It's going to be worth money. So I'm just going to send it to the Smithsonian.
Okay. Well, get ahead of it. I'm sure they're looking for it already. Yeah.
You're probably right. Okay. So again, this is not. Oh, let me move this out of the way of my drop me. Because I don't want me
Look at you. Look at you.
It's nice. It's glass. Look at this. Her and Quincy, they are amazing. Look at this. 2 portraits of me. They got an eye.
And
I thought I had an eye. They have a great eye.
And they know what to paint for sure. That'll excite you the most yourself.
Do it.
Maybe do a little dance for. Well, that was very nice. That's so
That
wonderful
was
to see.
very nice. Yeah, so I'm very that warmed my heart.
I can
I'm
tell.
just
You want to say want me to read some comments and let you catch your breath?
Yes, please let me catch my breath because I got to do some Cash App dances.
I bet you do.
You know I do.
Uh,
Okay, I got to go.
MM says B-Flat's hair is fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Looking good, B-Flat. Quincy's saying, hey, Taina is in the chat. She's the woman of the hour. Let's see what Taina says. That was my DIY mailbox, B. Does that make sense? Oh, so she has her own DIY. Taina's got okay, I got it. Janice is here. Can we send weed in the mail, Chris? Asks Taina. I don't know. Try. I'm not sure.
I get it all the time.
Nobody tagged the feds.
Like, please stop sending it to the P.O. box.
Lakeisha says it's awesome. CT's laughing, having a good time. Helen says it's nice. Miss 007 says that is really nice. Joy says, hey. Loretta's in the house. Miguel, no, you can't send weed in the mail. Federal crime. I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people do.
I get on, open up a box, I'd be like, Lord, no, they didn't.
I know some people that would order other stuff that was illegal, and they would send it from China in like board games and weird stuff. Like there's all kinds of stuff going on. Lakeisha says all stand. The mayor has entered the chat. That means Quincy's in the house. CT's dancing. Fab 540, Monica, Beverly, all kinds of folks in the chat having a good time already, and everybody's really excited with Taina's work. So Mrs. 2U says, B-Flat, blow that smoke at the screen. We want to lift too.
Chris, I got to do some dances for
Please
Sherri,
do.
Helen, Laura H. They jumped in early. You know Miguel Goico, he jump on early all the time, 8:10 p.m. That's what I'm talking about.
Love
There's somebody I'm missing. I should have put my glasses on, but that's all right. I will next time. Oh, let's see what I got for him. You know, last time I was so drunk, Chris, at the special. I said, I ain't never drinking and smoking like that again.
You got it going? Look at this. If you send B-Flat a Cash App, she does the little dance for you. So make sure you send them, and you'll keep her moving the whole show. And you'll be entered into the quarterly Cash App report, which is the fan donation, I say, shareholders meeting.
That's right, it is.
Yeah.
It is. You hit it right on the nose.
That's right.
Thank you. It is the shareholders meeting.
It really is.
That's what's up. Because look, this is a public company.
Publicly traded. That's right.
We ain't on the stock market yet. We ain't got no IPO yet, but that's all right. We working on it. We on our way.
We are. And we're keeping it a tight show tonight. What do we have next?
I got to give a shout out to some of my day oneers real quick. Eric King, you know, he always...
Shout out to Eric.
He was a day oneer until he definitely let me know in the Cash App. And, you know, he loves my Jane Pittman, a couple day oneers, because this is coming up, and I just want to let people know I am acknowledging them. Of course, Cicely Collins, Laura H., Beverly Gomez, a lot of day oneers. Shout out to Quincy, who is working on our shirt. Well, it's my shirt, but you know, we all Picassos.
It's a group effort.
Myself, but Quincy has recreated all of these. So the first is that I'm gonna let people see is the smokest. So I'm still debating on which one I'm gonna pick. But yes, they will be on buyjack.com. Look at that. See how he threw the little plus sign in there? Smoking plus focused.
What is happening?
But I think I'm just going to have it just say smoking, like with just no G on the end.
Yeah.
Smoking and focus plus focus. So, yeah, I'm feeling those. So, he sent me some There They Go designs. He's working on both of them. And hopefully they will be ready so we can have them next week, along with crop tops and tanks. And I want to remind people, take pictures, send your shirts. Take pictures in your shirts, send them to me. And don't forget to get Sophia's shirt. Her shirt is limited. And she might have like a couple weeks left before we display and debut the next shirt. So make sure you get Sophia Lionel's shirt. The mayor shirt is going to always be up, different colors. And like I said, crop tops, tanks. We have an array of things coming, but I don't want nobody to miss out on my girl's shirt. So make sure you get hers. So you can have that in addition shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope everybody's enjoying all your stuff. Everybody's been supporting really well. I've seen a lot of B-Flat merchandise go out the door.
Good. And I look at the report and I'll be like, oh, I see who is ordering. So
right.
And the funny thing is I have a lot of orders, Chris. It's just that I need people to take these pictures and send the photos. Right. Flash rag shirts. So speaking of which, let me go ahead and give a shout out to my girl Beverly Gomez. She sent a nice video. She got her Picasso t-shirt.
Thank you.
Look at that. I love that. Plain and simple. She said thank you. She got.
I love it. Look great in the shirt. Yeah.
Yes. She was feeling it. She sent the video of her doing like this. I said I'm going to have to cut a little of that off because it's a little long, but she was feeling that shirt. If I'd have showed the whole thing, you could see her moving around and she was like, yeah. Check it out from the back. She's definitely loving her shirt. Shout out to, I might as well go ahead and give my shout outs to my flash rag people.
Please do.
Yeah, I was just moving right into that.
Yeah, they're keeping the flashes to a minimum. You're treating them right. With how many hits to the neck?
2 hits. Oh, perfect timing. 2 hits to the neck. That's what I said.
Flash life. Don't forget it.
It's a glamorous life.
Yes.
Keeps you flushed and fly. People always be talking about, why your skin looks so, your skin. I'm like, it's sweat. Sweat. And right now, you're still glistening. So let me get my flash rag shout outs.
Please do.
Yes. So, I love when people just embrace being the woman that they are. I'm like, fuck what everybody talking about. Wipe it off and keep on sweating. Everybody sweats. You just look better because now you got a flash rag that says it.
Oh, look at that.
So, yes, I have to give a shout out to Renee Bowman. Shout out to the DMV. And I'm going to have her on as a feature.
Nice.
She did the bookshelf. And she sent all I was like, oh, how did you look at that? I love how she's using like one of the flash rags as like one of the bar towels.
Yeah.
You see how that is so dope. She redid that whole thing. I was like, I need to see that project. And I don't want to, I'm leaving it as a surprise, but I was very impressed how she recreated this little bookshelf.
Yeah.
And made that little bar. Yes. Nice. I love brilliant ideas. So shout out to her for her creativity and the flash rag.
Oh,
it's my girl Larklyn W. in West Covina.
That's a
California.
great picture.
Yeah, she was out working in the garden. And I was like, oh, that just looks like something for an ad. That's like a flash rag ad.
It really does. The blue sky, absolutely. The hat, the glasses, everything. Yeah.
So thank you, Larklyn.
Beautiful
Shout out
work.
to California. Yes, I was like, I like that. My girl in Euclid, Ohio, Tammy Jordan. I put her whole name out there because I had to make sure she got these rags. She was like, where they at? Yeah. Are they en route? I'm tracking them. I was like, I'm tracking them. So she got them. And look, she got them displayed out on her dresser. I said, make sure you let me see you got these flash rags. Booyah. Shout out to Tammy.
She did it right.
Ohio. She did it right. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm definitely feeling Mark's wife. Shout out to MM. Go ahead, Alicia. I see you. STL.
Look at that.
And she got the shirt. You see, she was cutting up the shirt.
I was going to say that the T-shirt's a great nod to you as well.
Yeah. So shout out to Alicia. We kicked it when we were in St. Louis.
Right.
So I see she is representing the Flash life. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
So keep getting them. Do what you got to do. I'll be glad when these get out. Chris has to say both of them.
What's it say?
Both of them.
What's it say below?
I want both of them.
Exclamation point. Louder, please.
Yeah. I want both of them.
Perfect.
Both of them. Feature Park made me. So this is what we say. Both of them. That's right. This is how we get down.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a Midwest thing. So,
Gosh, you bring it, don't you?
grandma, yes, country grandma. So there you have it. Those are my shout outs. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I just want to make sure. Yep. I think I got everybody in the shout outs for this week. So I'm moving on to Maya's card.
Okay. This is a staple part of the beginning of the show.
Amen to that. Because I need this in my life.
At the Guiding Light Guru on Instagram. Give him a follow.
It helps to keep me grounded along with my daily writing. The word today is Blaine. Kindness is magic. Performing kind acts for others has a positive impact on your well-being. It is the key to happiness and longevity. Their reaction to your kindness is priceless. That was perfect for today.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, when I opened that up and stuff, she got everything down pat, even to the tattoo on my ring finger and the ring. I was like, damn. I was like,
everybody, they gotta. You set a high standard.
Oh my goodness. That takes a lot of time and patience. Shout out to you again, Ty. I don't have the patience. I couldn't do that. I know me. That all would blow my eye. It would take me like 6 years to do that.
Yeah.
And that's I'd be like 3 a day.
Right.
And then my eyes are bad too. She got that hands down. Go girl, do that. Ooh.
She knows.
Ooh, yes. So, all right. Speaking of which, I'm sure before I jump into my frugal flip and do my DYK.
Okay.
I thought, you know what it was? I had Lynn's Smoker's shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it up, but I wanted to let Lynn know that I tried it on and it's too tight. So I might need another one because it's a medium, but it's like polyester, so it doesn't stretch or anything. Right. And I can't cut it because I was like, maybe I can cut up my first Smoker's shirt. That's actually Prentice, and do something dope with the sleeves. Figure it out, the whole Target thing. But I was like, if I mess it up. And I got to figure out what needles for nylon, because the needle that I have in my sewing machine is for cotton. Right. You have to do different needles, the silk needle, the polyester. And I ain't got time to be looking at that little ass needle pack. I need like 3 glasses on to see that shit. So I was like, I'm keeping that needle in that works with what I'm working with.
Yeah.
So I'm letting Lynn know that before I get started. So let me go ahead and read my DYK, which is dedicated to Lloyd Augustus Hall. This brother invented a number of ways to better preserve food. And I do have to give him a shout out. He's an Alpha Phi Alpha.
Hello.
First black fraternity in the United States ever incorporated. Let me grab my glasses. Yes, he's an Alpha great like Dr. Martin Luther King.
Very nice. Okay. Great picture.
So let's go ahead and read this really quick. Lloyd Augustus Hall invented a number of ways to better preserve food. During his career, he amassed 59 U.S. patents. Many food preservatives used today were pioneered by Dr. Hall's method. Before his research, most preservation was done with salt, and it was difficult to keep food from spoiling without making them taste bitter. In 1932, he found a way to use a combination of salt with tiny crystals of sodium nitrate, and the nitrate suppressed the nitrogen that spoiled food. This patent method of curing meat is still used today.
Wow.
Interesting. Hall also proved that some spices expose food to microbes that sped up the process of food spoiling. This was contrary to belief at time, which held that spices acted as a food preservative. To address this issue, Hall created a system to sterilize spices by using ethylene gas in a vacuum chamber that was later adapted by the food and drug and cosmetic industries.
That's so wild.
Yeah, 1894 to 1971.
Another great DYK. Isn't that wild when people? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I have to give a shout out to to Brooke Megan, Picasso Brooke submitted that, and she was like, thank you for reading that. I appreciate it, because I told her I was going to get this information, so I wanted to make sure I gave her a shout out and let her know I appreciate that. Because I did, we learn something on this show every week, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad that I don't always have to look up things because other people are interested in this.
Right.
It's right here. That's why I always make sure I check everything that people send to me, even in the DMs and the requests and all of that. It takes time, but I say to myself, what else am I doing? It's part of my job.
Yeah.
So I found this in like the request. You know how people send you requests to be.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and I look at everything. Some things aren't always as pleasing as they should be. But
yeah.
That's why I run across the gym. Like they say, you got to look through sometimes what is it called? Something to find the gym. There's like a quote. Somebody might know it in the comments.
Probably.
Like there's a couple of frogs to get a prince. That type
yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah,
I got you. It's always interesting whenever you find out things are still being implemented today whenever they didn't have near the information that we have now, and it still holds up. So yes, another impressive DYK.
Thank you very much. So with that being said, do we have any comments before I jump into
so many let's see. We've got Launer in the house. Jamie, he looks like he can sing a blues number, talking about your DYK. Maybe, you never know. Dude's probably pretty talented. GT Devik is in the house. Loretta's saying hey. Who else? Ava Stewart B. I'm loving the hair today. Killing it.
Thank you. I cut it today, like maybe a few hours ago.
Yes. Oh, did you really?
Yes. I always have to shape it up because I have to keep it short as it grows in long on the top.
Eric King says, hey, B, looking fancy tonight.
Oh, thank you, Eric. I got the Jane for you. That's why I told Chris, I'm holding it down. I be pulling the horse, don't I, Chris?
You do.
Yeah, I'm holding it down. So that's my strength and motivation.
Oh my gosh. A couple more comments. You got Joy saying, hey, Mr. Cherry. That's funny, Joy. Brenda says, hey, y'all. And then Forever C just stepped in the building. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep this party rocking.
All right, let's keep this party rocking. So as everybody knows, well, if you don't know, now you know, I'm about to go to Orlando in a few weeks so that I can embark on my next frugal flip project with my girl Taina. So people are very interested in this. Over the weekend, Chris, I got 2 more people to send me some stuff about coming to do a flip. So I want people to really understand how a flip goes. It's involved because when I get the questions, I think they just get a sense of, oh, I just come in and work with what you have. It's a lot of time. And then when I started telling people what they got to do, like when I told Taina, I was like, the room got to be emptied out when I get there.
Yeah, right. That's
right.
But you're
It's
such a good. You're so you think ahead so well that
exactly.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of logistics to bring this together. So when I start explaining it to people, then they start to rethink things.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure. And this is the reason why I'm explaining this one differently, only because Taina lives in an apartment. And the last flip I did was at Kaya's house. She owns it. So, there are different stipulations when it comes to working in an apartment or a condo, or even if you're renting a house and you don't own it. So one of the things, like I told people, I do this little contract between myself and the person that I'm doing the flip for. It's very simple.
Of course you do.
It's like 6 little points. And like with Taina, all of them have to be tailored to that person and the project that I'm working on. I put in there, 1, make sure that you kind of have permission or let the people that like around you, your tenants that you'll be working, there'll be people coming back and forth, to be courteous. Because we'll be banging early in the morning on the weekends when you got people above you, below you, around. So those are the kind of questions that I ask her, and I put that in there because I don't need somebody coming up to me and be like, "What the hell y'all doing? It's 8:00 in the If you ain't get to notice, then I gotta. You see what I'm saying? And that gets
That's really smart. Yeah, especially in an apartment. Yeah,
exactly. So I give you time enough to get all of that handled. Of course, let the property manager, or if you have to, some people can borrow things from the property manager. They might, because they have like a building maintenance area. They may, like for example, she doesn't have access to a large ladder, like we need a tall ladder. So I suggested to her, they might say, oh, we can bring, the maintenance man may have a ladder long enough, because she has to measure certain things within her space before I even get there, so that I can work out things here on my end.
Right.
So it's like little things like that. And I make sure that you let the participants know, whoever you bring your team together, that they have to be committed to the project, and if you can only be there for a certain amount of time, I need to know that. If you can only work Friday and you can't come Saturday, I need to know that. That's why we have the Zooms and the meetings and all that kind of stuff, because this is a commitment. And I'm letting people know I'm not coming there to be playing around. And I got 2 days to finish your shit. And I can't leave there.
Does it say that on the contract? I'm not there to be playing around?
No, but I have to put other things in the contracts that, in terms of like certain things I'm not willing to do. Like if you got rodents, bugs, insects, things that I can't work in no environment like that. Right. So if you need to get your house external, that kind of stuff, I need to start putting that in there. I got to put in there about domestic issues. In terms of like, when you're working with families, sometimes people get to arguing and stuff break out. And people will be like, who said you could come here? I don't like that. What the fuck? I don't need that.
You think of everything. That's
right.
That's great.
I don't want nobody trying to fight me about, well, someone said we could use that table to break it. That's my favorite goddamn table. After it's broke up, now y'all want to fight me. So it's little things I'll go over with you. I make sure that when you flipping something, if you ain't living by yourself, or I had issues even with my cousins flipping Clarksville. It was like certain things, they was like, oh no, you can't do that. But you see, so I have to make sure, because I don't want to be, I could be on camera scrapping if I have to. Because I can hold my word. I am from a show me state. But I ain't got enough money yet for people to be trying to sue me.
They don't want to come after you.
Business, right? Because I keep my business separate from my house. You can't.
Yeah.
You can sue B-Phlat, and I ain't got shit. Y'all can take this mic and computer, and all the fans gonna do is give me another one. And so,
that's
funny. The kind of stuff I have to make sure, especially when you're dealing like with a big family. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at the ones that I'm entertaining and who they want to help. And they're like, and I live here with my 3 sons. And when you start moving shit around in your son room and thinking he moved out and he come back, you're like, why you cutting up my jersey? Mod and make pillowcases, and you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they be like, you left from here and we need to, and I don't need that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't even think about that. That's so smart.
I have to think about all that, Chris. I'm trying to live and do another flip.
Right. Great work. Yes.
What I'm going to do is kind of show people quickly, and even though it's 18 photos, I just kind of want to show people what I do in terms of building up the logistics. So, for example, I've already sent Taina this email here. With this one on the first one is 11 points about more like, what are you using the room for? How do you want it to feel? What do you like? Natural lighting? Are you willing to buy lamps or candles or that kind of stuff? So those are questions. And the next set is like, what type of when we start going through the budget. Mm-hmm. And you say, like, for example, she may want an area rug, but we may also need some vases and other things. So then that's why I start saying, who's helping? Can they donate things? What are you recycling? Start collecting certain things. So for her, I've already started to tell her to collect some styrofoam and cardboard, because I've come up with a great idea in terms of a tea light candle design on the wall where I'm going to do all her picture frames. And I may do it in an initial, but I have to plan it out, because for one, we have to stick them to the wall. Remember, they have to be removable, but I also have to make sure that they don't fall down, because they will be having a candle, like just big enough for like a small tea light candle. I thought I had one around here somewhere, but you know how big they are, a little like a $50 size. Mm-hmm. I'm going to probably do maybe like 20 to 50 of those on the wall. So I have to make sure they're spaced out evenly enough where they don't burn each other. They don't burn pictures. And if they were to fall off the wall, wherever they hit, they don't damage anything. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So those are all the things that I have to think out. So I have to make sure. So that's why I'm like, Tiny, you have to go through and count all your pictures. And then she has to take a picture of them. Then I actually have to size them up and figure out how I'm going to do this design for her feature wall.
Right.
So those are the little things that we work through. So right now we're going to set up a Zoom for this week where she has to go through live and do all the measurements.
Beautiful.
So what I'll do is...
And you could see, like, I love that because you'll flush out any issues that you'll have beforehand and maybe things you hadn't thought about. Exactly. Great work, B. I love it.
When I get there, all this stuff has to be done. You saw my little list. The little bitty list is like 9 to-do lists.
You don't want to be in breach of contract with B-Phlat. I'll tell you that much.
No, you don't want me to get there and have to stay an extra day and then you got to pay me more and then I'm going to miss Tighten Up Tuesday and have to do it from your house because I can't leave until I'm finished. I'm not like other shows and going to be like, oh, well, I got to go and I can't do that. You got to do that. No, I'm finishing my stuff. So if I have everything organized and planned out here, I get in that day early. I lay out my stations. Boom, your people get there. I already have assessed their skills. We know what to do. It should run smoothly. And so for all my flips, we've had our little bumps, but we've ended on time. Cameraman been on time. We've been smooth through bad weather. So
yeah, and that's the thing, whether you're planning out a flip or any sort of project that involves multiple people and travel and all this stuff, like, man, just look how much it helps to be thorough. Seriously, or it just won't get done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let me show you a couple pictures. And I'm going to run through this. First one is I'm going to show you like the things that I need for her to measure. For example, I definitely want her to measure the couch. I need all of that because I have to figure out the spacing in there. Measure the her coffee table so that once I know how big the room is, it helps me when I think that I'm going to move around all this furniture and what's going to fit where. I have a better feel for how big things are once I know how big that room is and what the size of everything is. So then when she starts to go buy certain things, I can say, oh no, that is too small to cover that pillow. Because a lot of people don't look at when they're buying pillow covers, the actual size of them. And once I know the size of stuff and I say, okay, order this on Amazon and they send it to me and I say, oh no, that's the wrong size. Even though they may like the color, I'll be like, we'll work it out. So those are the things I have to work out. She's going to have to measure, like, definitely, I really wanted to measure from the ceiling down because my whole initial plan was to hang the fabric behind the couch to separate the two rooms from the ceiling down on like a bar on 2 hanging chains. But she may not get a ladder tall enough for us to get up there. And me looking at it, I can already guess that's a good 14, 15 feet up.
Right.
Just from looking at it, because I'm pretty good with my eye.
I like where your head's at. Yeah, that makes sense.
If I can't get up there, then I have to build her a divider from the floor up. You see what I'm saying? Like a frame. So it's 2 things, and I have to do that little cubby hole in her kitchen where there are 2 pictures. Because I'm moving those out of there to do something based upon those 2 paintings she has hanging in the kitchen. The 2 white paintings, what looks like a calla lily or a flower. Lord, I'm just sweating like a slave. You didn't hear that, Chris?
Huh?
I'm sweating like a slave because I was pulling a horse today.
No.
Working for 9 hours.
Do you like that? I wish I had someone else that I could bounce that off with. You said you didn't hear that, Chris. So I said, huh? Yeah. And then you explained it anyway, but go ahead. Sorry.
I have to take into consideration what she uses her rooms for and what she wants displayed.
Right.
Like I see she has a hair dryer in the bag, like a little moving caddy for her. I think she keeps her paints and things and like her art supplies and that. So I have to take in consideration all of that stuff, how she wants it seen and when I'm moving it around, because it's not just about that one room, it's about that space. Even though I'm really transforming one room, but I have to bring that whole space together.
No, that's a great mindset too. And Taina letting you know that she's practicing cutting up shirts right now. So
Yeah, so my whole goal is to make the window look bigger by hanging the fabric from wall to wall. So that's why I'm moving all picture frames to one wall.
Mm-hmm.
Make it like a display wall. And then I figured out that she doesn't want a big area rug, which I get because of like carpet germs and things like that. So we're just gonna do a small area rug, probably like a 4x6
Right.
or a 5x5 within her little space, because I want that green couch, her futon in the window, and that's the area I want to create like her little sanctuary, relaxation area.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I wanted to look tropical and things like that. So the next photo is me just trying to decide if I'm going to do fabric that hangs, which I really want to do. I'm just hoping that we can get a ladder tall enough from the ceiling down, and plus it would come out cheaper than, because I told you we have a small budget. And then I decided that we don't need, because I look at her couch over and over again, any pillows on that couch. It's a thick couch, but it's not a deep couch. It's a plush couch. So I really want to go with like a really nice throw, and maybe one pillow. We don't need a whole bunch of. I really want to focus on the comfort and the plushness on the green couch.
Plushness is important to me too.
Yes. So this is my other maybe rendition of me possibly building a 3 or 4 panel divider. But like I said, I won't know that until we do all the measurements via live Zoom. So I have to make sure she has like a nice big tape measure that can at least measure up to like 30 feet.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, because you don't want to be running to Home Depot every 2 seconds either. That adds up time wise.
That's right. When I come there the day of, we make our 2-3 stops and we have everything ready for Saturday. And I know exactly what we have to go get if we don't already have it, or I'm not bringing it.
Mm-hmm.
So the next photo are some things that I'll give once I start looking around, because she has a lot going on in that room, a lot of pictures, a lot of furniture. I don't want it to get too busy, so I don't want like a busy area rug. I just want to kind of keep things simple, maybe some graphics. So I'll start sending her things like this, some ideas, so she can get an idea of how we'll pull it together. Just a little area rug in front of the green couch, something in black to kind of pop off of that wood floor.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a really nice black and white graphic pillow on that green couch, which I thought this carpet would look nice. And they have some really reasonable prices, from like $26 to $40.
Oh wow.
For these areas. Yeah. And then this was another one I thought was kind of cute, this little snake design. So once we look through things and I get a feel for what a person likes, they can say, oh, I like that, I'll look at more in that. And then they find exactly what they want.
That's
but thoughtful. I have to give people, I kind of have to give them that initial oomph. Because a lot of people don't know what to look for. They don't really know what they like until they start looking. So so I decided that on her desk area, she has a white space that I just want to cover with black contact paper. I wanted to match. So I'll give her 2 samples to look at if you want the grain to look like wood, or if you want a smooth finish, which is the next sample.
Yeah.
And we just cut to fill the spaces on the desk. And those rolls are like $6. And you only need 1 roll, and you can do that and have leftover for if it ever peels off, or if it, warp, you can always replace it.
Right.
It's real. I love contact paper. I do. It's simple, and it's a great way to just look at that, cover some stuff quickly. Like this for people that are being frugal until they can really get, if they're gonna get stuff done later in life, a big renovation, fine. But until then, you can still make your shit look fly while you work.
Why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Yes.
So, the next photo. Like, this is an inspiration, because I'm trying to bring that green and gray together. And I want her to see my vision. Like, when you look at your gray couch and like the green, and how you can make that pop, you can bring any color together. And people will be like, how can you bring green and gray? They said the same thing about Clarksville with the orange and the blue. It's just all in how you put it together. So I give, the client a vision of how a green and gray can work together, and you can make it your sanctuary and And then it'll inspire them to look for things in different patterns and different textures,
Right.
colors.
I bet this really just shakes up your brain in such a good way to just, because you don't even, I don't know about Taina, but I see all this stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, like it's just things you wouldn't necessarily think to use, right?
Thank you. So next, it's like I'll look around for like some pillows, and I was like, oh, I like this. It's like a pillow cover. So I thought this would be maybe something nice on the gray couch as a pop, but not necessarily that pillow, but like if you're looking for one thing in a, like a pop of color to bring it all together. And then the next pillowcase, I just really thought was so nice.
Oh, I like that.
I do too, and I think that would look nice on the green couch with some oranges and different pops of orange on the green couch, possibly to bounce off of her tan color, like an orange, burnt color orange walls. And I like the texture on it, and it has like the lime green in it. And my plan is to put like a big tropical fern plants in the area, low maintenance plants that need low light but love light, and just give her that tropical feel in her living room. And I love that pillowcase. So I know she heard me. I'm hoping she orders it. So then my idea would throw like something with some color in it, depending on how you want to feel on your gray, on her gray couch. If she's laying over there watching television or working on a project, maybe something, like a cashmere type of feel, or with some color in it. And then here's another one. If you want something simple to play off of the green couch, it's all how you pull it together. So once I start sending out her, photos like this, she starts to look and she'll send me what she likes. And I'll be like, yes, that works. Order it. Right. But we have to stay within our budget because, like I said, we try to go through the fabric that she may already have at home, which could be old sheets, pillowcases, a t-shirt. You might have a t-shirt you didn't even know had a leaf on the front. And we might cut it up and put it on the pillow. See what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's where I go with that. So I think the next photo, because I'm having her collect styrofoam, because that's a styrofoam that came out of Amazon box, and I wrapped it with blue masking tape and just stuck it to the wall. And she also entertained the idea of making the propagators and something with the CDs. So with the CDs, I'm going to send her some CDs that I have here because I still have like 100 of them.
Right.
We might break them up in a mosaic and like do like a mosaic or something around a mirror, or like make a vase with some, we'll figure it out. And that's what my idea for putting the tea light candles on the walls in between the pictures with like light styrofoam wrapped in plastic. So I said, if they're sturdy enough to hold my little yoga figure, they can hold. So that's other styrofoam.
Look at that.
I just stuck on the wall that's in my yoga room. And that styrofoam out the TV box. And it was already that size. All I did was cut it in the pieces that I want and taped it with the blue masking tape. And I was like, I'm going to make a nice design because I don't have to paint them or anything. They're the colors in my yoga room. But that's what I'm saying. So I have her collecting styrofoam and cardboard because we're going to make little squares for these little floating candles so they can look like they're floating off the wall. Yeah. And you see where I have the tiered soup cans up there, the plant for the propagator.
Where? Oh, yeah.
In the yoga room. We're going to do something like that with maybe some cans. So I gave her a couple things that she needs to start collecting because she's throwing out ideas. She definitely hit me up a few days ago and said she definitely wants to do propagators. So now I have to think about where we're going to put them in there because we can't do shelves. We have to think about spacing. And I want to think about like when you open up her windows and her, if she ever opens the blinds and let the sun in, what I can put in the window. Maybe we can hang some propagators. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. And
Exactly.
I feel like too, the preview of this and just kind of letting everybody take a stroll down through your brain. I think that makes it all the more satisfying once you're done.
Yes, because it's a process and it takes at least 2 to 3 months for a flip to really come together.
Right.
So, and I just
have you ever had like a disagreement, like personally with the person you're flipping their place? Like what if you and Taina get into it?
No, I had a disagreement down in Clarksville. And that's part of it. When I was looking for people and they were disappearing, I was like, who told their ass to go get pizza? They supposed to be here paying. I got something for their ass when they get back.
That
That's
makes
exactly
me so
what
happy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I love the fact that, like I said once before, people trust me enough to come in their house and allow me to bring a camera crew, courtesy of my management and them on their recommendation,
Yeah.
because they work with people all, and that they trust that we'll come there safely, COVID free, and will allow, be there 3 days, literally working in a person's home and letting us tape your space and just seeing everything in your space. And I just appreciate that people are open to that and allow me to do that. And it takes time and money. And I appreciate all the people that donate to this, because these flips cost between $1,000 to $1,500 in totality when you factor in like a flight, the hotel, and my fee, the cameraman, and all that. So when people donate to that and they be like, oh, I'll donate the food when
Right.
you're Orlando, go eat at my grandma's restaurant, or she's giving out the breakfast, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I look for that because I love to give them the shout out and let them be a part of the process.
Yes.
I
Got
love when people say, here's $10 to go get the waters or whatever that you get for the crew. It's amazing how people just love helping. I love that, Chris.
You've probably done this already, but I mean, there's also like a thing you could list to be like, hey, we've sourced everything. If you want to be part of the fun for some shout outs or whatever, you just want to, help produce the flip. Here's what we need. And like a registry almost, you could do something like that.
Right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. You want to chip in on lunch? Here you go.
I guess because and Jamie gonna say, let me send $5. She gonna say, let me send $5 for some cough drops.
Right. There it is. There you go.
And a shout out to Kiki. I'm drinking a Fresh Wet.
A what?
Fresh Wet.
Oh, from the drink?
Because of t-shirt.
Love it.
I got the cucumbers in it, and it's good. Mm-hmm. Staying hydrated while I'm smoking and drinking wine. Well, yeah, Jamie gonna say something crazy about since I start coughing from the smoke.
That's how it goes.
So anyway, but I like your idea, Chris, because mostly people say in the Cash Apps what it's for. They're like, oh, here's money for food. Yeah. Here's money for the cameraman. Here's money for whatever to get waters, or
I think
here's the flip. Here's the travel. So I appreciate it.
Well, and you list that stuff out and you let everybody know, but you've earned it. I mean, if you tell people that's what it's going to do, it's kind of a guarantee. So I like that. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Now
Thank you.
List me as a producer now.
Jump into my DIY.
Let's dive right in. Head first. Mohawk first.
It's gonna go. Shit's gonna go quick. And look, Chris, I love that I can just do this now.
Oh, look at you go.
That ain't even a 45-degree turn. That's like a 15-inch degree turn. It was so smooth. Mm-hmm. Then I can just come over here and do like this. So here's my plan. I'm going to paint it red, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to do Quincy's mayor t-shirt design on the top.
Oh, fun. Okay.
I'm going to paint it and then shellac it and make it real nice. Red backdrop. I ain't even painting underneath. Because you can't see it, but I'm going to make sure all this is red and matches my door. And it's going to look dope when I drop it. So I love this. So when I sanded it down and everything. I showed it to my neighbor, Tony, because he gave me the wood next door. He was like,
Tony, the neighbor came through, huh?
Yeah, he came in and checked it out, and he said, what are those brackets underneath? And he's out there building an extension in the front of his home with windows and everything. They're like enclosed porch. He said he never saw L brackets, the drop leaf L brackets. So you learn something new every day.
Oh, look at you. Look at impacting your community.
Ha! Are you funny, Chris? So, before I show the people the pictures, I told them I was going to show I'm making this indoor-outdoor lighting out of my planters. So the ones that are in the picture This is an original planner. I got these from Amazon. They came like 20 in the pack for like $12. So I use them for different things, and it comes with the open bottom, as you can see, for drainage, and a little drain tray. So I turned that one into a little light.
Yep.
I had a picture with a mason jar, and you see I have the light on the inside. It's one of those puck lights.
Nice.
Yeah. So I have pictures of how I have it hanging upstairs because I have a plant. But I wanted to show people, because when I was asking people about the mason jars, this is the old school mason jars. It's amazing how I come up with this stuff. But I was like, I'm going to use this because I can fit these little pieces like right in between the grooves here. So I didn't have to click them. I didn't have to cut this one. I'm sorry. All I had to do was stick the mason jar. I took this right off the mason jar lid. Actually, it was the candle that was sent here from Miracle
Buttercream.
Buttercream, yeah. I was like, I'm going to use that lid.
I talked to Sita today.
I'll tell Sita, I said, what's up? And if she's watching, what's up, Sita? So I used that on the inside and just hung the light, because the light had a little clamp on it. And I was like, oh, I am just going to, and then look, that's just a little bracket piece that you click in there.
Look at you. Okay.
So I made this for my plant light. All I need is some light. These little plants that I'm propagating. So I'm going to show where I have it hanging. And the one that I did outdoors. And all I used was masking tape in 2 different sizes. Mm-hmm. I just hand painted it with my acrylics, and then I spray painted it with the epoxy hodgepodge stuff that I have outside just to seal it. Right. So if you can see, it just has different shades of yellow, Yeah. Nothing fancy, just taped it off. And the one that's outside hanging up over my address, because I wanted to highlight my numbers that I put up myself, I just used twine. The hook, I had a little cup hook, teacup hook, and I screwed it right into the wood. Didn't need any drills, any tools or anything. Just screwed right into the wood and tied it. Took this and tied the string around it and hung it right outside. So I want people to see that.
Look at you. I think people appreciate that too. We had somebody asking to show how they made that. Yeah.
All right. So
that was Pat. Wanted to see that.
I just taped off really quick. And I got my paints out, paint at my little sewing table over here. The next photo shows, I think I just let it dry. Mm-hmm. Now that brown planter is the planter that comes whenever you buy a plant. They give you the little free, thing that it's in. And I just busted a hole in the bottom of it just to slide the mason thing through it. And then I painted it and taped it up so it wouldn't be swinging around. That's the one I have hanging outside. So this just shows, the next picture just shows the 2 lights that I'm going to use for my indoor-outdoor hanging lighting. Mm-hmm. And the next picture is my inspiration for the pattern outdoors, because this is a little vase, a wooden vase thing that I painted on my porch. And I wanted the little brown hanging light to kind of match the pattern. So I did it in a blue, brown, black graphic design. And the next, I just have 2 pictures of it showing it on and off. And as you see, I blocked out my address. So I have it hanging up. So you can't see my
like half your Picassos don't have it anyway.
Right. Yeah. So that's it in the daytime. And then this is it lit at night.
Oh, that's great. That's really cool.
I was like, I don't always want my big porch light on. I just want you to see my numbers.
Just show them off.
Yeah, well, just even like if we order food, I don't want my big ass bright light on. Mm-hmm. And that's what I have hanging up. Well, this is it, but I have it hanging up. So, because I like to have plants on that little CD rack thing that I turned into like a little multi-purpose shelf.
Oh, it's great.
This is the one that I have hang. I'm going to put it back up there. So that was my DIY.
Look at you. What a great segment.
Next week's DIY project, and this came from my neighbor Tony's wife, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra.
This was an inspiration. She was telling me how her daughter-in-law has a frame on her desk made from fabric that she keeps stuff in, like a pocket. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, shit, I can make that. And I was like, I am going to do that. So I took an old pillowcase cover that was an indoor-outdoor, I cut it. And all I did was, if Grace could put this on the full screen, and then people can see, and I'm actually going to grab my glasses. I'll let people see. Let me move this stuff really quick. All I did was cut the fabric, and I folded it and made a pocket. And actually, I glued this down here with the glue gun. And then I ironed it, and then I folded and made it a deep pocket. So I figure, say for example, if you're at work and you got a little cubicle or a nice little desk space, and you can't have an eyeglass holder that you can stick everywhere made from a lid, you can put your glasses in it. I put little tacks up here, little thumbtacks. I thought, oh, what if people give you like a little card? Or if you have like your name badge or a mask, you could put things in the pocket. And then I wrote on here, mine. Look at that. I thought this was cute.
That's great.
That's a good idea. And I was like, I'm going to do one in a 5x7. And I'm going to do it out of this pillowcase cover because this is big. I don't even use this cover anymore. But I save stuff like this. And plus it was more fabric and it'll give me I'll have more folds. The other piece of fabric I was working with, I was only able to fold it enough for this. But the next one I want to do, I want to leave a space in it for like the person's picture, but still have the fabric. And then where you could stick little stuff. So somebody might give you a picture of their kid. So I want to take it to the full display and have like a little picture. You know how people be having that stuff on their cardboard, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Like a name badge and all that stuff in there and some reading glasses or whatever it is, and just have it cute and maybe have the picture frame decorated. So if people like it, then I think it's a very simple project. I think this might be something we could do as a group project.
Yeah, that seems like...
Yeah, this is really easy. I don't know if everybody would want to do these because everybody may not have or keep the plastic planters that come with the free. They come, free when you buy a plant. But this, I know most people have a picture frame. Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. So we'll see. We'll do a poll like you always do, Chris. And people might say, "Oh yeah, that's a dope idea. I need one of them from my desk."
Let's make it happen. Shout out to Yvette. You may need to do some dancing, B.
Okay. I know I need to check my CashApp, but I'm trying to get stuff out of my way. I have OCD.
Yvette sent $10 to $BPhlat, Beverly Perkins. She works so hard. Thank you, Yvette.
Oh, thank you, Yvette.
Daphne, shout out to Daphne checking in. She loves it. Go ahead, B.
Oh, yeah, I got to do some dancing.
You do. Kathy loves your ideas, says you're so talented. Janisa loves it. Jesus Lives says, hey.
I got to give a shout. I got to get up and dance for Yvette and Ruth and Mark said for cough drops. I can read that because he put it in all caps.
Good.
Jamie Jones, all for my kindness. Denisha for go B. Get it, B. Get it, B. That's what it's saying in the CashApp.
Heather's loving it. Eric says we need the Jane.
Oh, shit. Oh.
And there she goes. Don't. All day long. All day long.
Oh.
I hope you all are happy. This is B-Phlat. Gave her some change. Now she's dancing kind of strange. Look out. Grace is loving life back here in the studio. She's dancing. Not doing the Jane Pittman. Look at B. She's so smokest. Quincy says B ain't got no sense. Kiana's laughing. 007's laughing. Baby Ruth Candy's having a good time dancing. Can we get an update on the 50th birthday party B is planning from Stay CP?
We're not doing the 50th. We're doing the 60th.
Oh, okay.
I've been drunk again, Chris. With the 60th, then y'all have to be calling. I might have to go to AA.
You think that's what's going to happen? Oh my goodness. Everyone's having a hell of a time. F. Smith Welch is laughing. Fab 540, love it. I don't even know how to deal with all this. Loretta's having fun. I think everybody's enjoying the show, B.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I need that in my life. This is probably how I stay skinny.
It's the joy. That's right. The joy and the love from the Picassos keeps you looking like $1 million.
All this wine and weed I smoke and coffee that I drink, oh, you would think I would look a mess.
Launer and MM are having a good time. MM says Dennis's massage game better be on point tonight. Pat S says, get it, girl.
Oh,
okay. My goodness.
So this week I'm featuring my drop leaf table.
Oh, there it is.
Yes, because I was like, I got to get this together because I can't keep moving that raggedy ass sewing table, wobbling around. And it's so funny when people see these videos, when you see me working on the table, the whole table was shaking. I was like, let me just get this shit done. I'm doing the best I can down here. I got to get me a workstation. So a shout out to Ariel Bell. She sent me like plans on how to build your little, like a workstation and pictures and stuff. So I'm going to get that together from my garage so that I can start having me a nice little area to keep my, because I have electricity and stuff in there. Our dryer and stuff is in there. I just don't wash and dry. I just don't work in there all the time because in the winter it'd be freezing.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But in the summer, I'm in there.
Yeah.
So I just need a nice space to work it out. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So until then, this is going to be my little spot. You see, I got my little table. So I wanted to show people, this is what I was doing over the weekend, is building this. As you can see, this is the piece of wood that my neighbor gave me. And he was on his truck about to go to trash. He was like, Bev, I got something for you if you want it.
That's so great.
I know.
I think of you, we're still putting our office together a little bit, and you move in and it's a renovated building and there's all this stuff going on, and then there's a music venue that's being built or renovated and made into this old building. I think of you like 4 times a day when I come across wood or something that's been, or, packaging from something or anything like that. I'm like, man, B would be busy if she was here. She'd be, oh my goodness.
I know how to use some stuff and I do it quickly. I don't just let them collect. Okay, so that's the wood he gave me. So the next video just shows me measuring it out, and getting it together.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, you see my little raggedy table? The next one is really going to be cutting up.
You had enough.
Look.
Yeah, it's moving.
Oh, I was like, hold tight.
It was doing a dance.
Raggedy. Yes. I need to fix that table. I am, but it ain't a priority right now because now I don't have to move.
I'm attempting to make a.
This is my attempt at narrating how I'm doing
Tuesdaze. So what I'm doing is I just finished cutting this wood that my neighbor gave me, a piece of plywood that I'm going to put on this door right here. As you can see, I already cut and measured it. I'm actually going to eventually paint it red, but right now I'm putting it on the door so that when it drops down, it comes out like this, and I can do live demonstrations right here in front of my computer instead of having to move my sewing table, which is super raggedy and wobbly. So I'm like, fuck it. I bought some drop leaf brackets, and I'm going to put
it was about 6 o'clock in the morning, girl.
Right. Yeah, right before you called me.
Just like this, so that I can do my demonstrations. So here's the process.
Yeah, my hair looked like duck ass, and I had cotton in my ear. I had a worse experience. I have to tell people. So next video, I'm trying to move this quickly.
So these are the brackets that I got on Amazon. As you can see, if you press this little clip on the inside, it opens up the bracket. So the trick is to put it here in the bracket and make sure it drops down like that. So I just need to measure out where I want these brackets and a good height, because remember this, well, you don't remember, but fuck it, this board is probably like a 1/4 inch thick. So I have to allow for all of that in terms of measuring my height.
This I'm gonna be mad with.
If the table is gonna sit on the bracket like this, I have to make sure that when it drops down, it clears that bracket down there so I can still open the door.
Next quick video. So this just shows me measuring it, and I wasn't sure if I wanted it like what height, like right at my waist or a little lower. So now I'm marking and measuring from the bottom up of my door. I'm not measuring the floor up. I'm measuring from the door up. Bottom of it. Even though it looks uneven, it's even. So I know exactly like where I want to, and I just marked the holes where I'm going to put my brackets.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now is...
You see that cotton in my ear?
I sure do. She just lie and say it's an AirPod.
Because this
Well,
door
no,
is
that's
probably
not
like
my
an
ear.
inch thick. And those nails that have to go into this door are like maybe almost 1.5 inches. So what I'm doing is putting this piece of board on the back under here so that I can have enough backing on the door so that when I stick the screws through it, they won't stick out on this back side and I scratch myself.
So the next video just shows me with my wood glue. Those are shit I had to think of at the last minute. I was like, "Ooh, these some long screws, but they have to be long enough to hold the weight, for the brackets to stay or whatever."
You should have. Oh
What?
my gosh! This is somewhat off topic, but if you want to talk about the wrong length of screws, when I was in Los Angeles, we're at Kim's house one evening, and of course there's 740 people over there, and she came down and not it's Kim, so she's not like actually mad, but she yells at a couple of the girls. She's like, "Were you all here earlier?" And she was like, "Yeah, what's going on?" She's like, "Did you not notice the earthquake that happened upstairs?" All of her shelving fell in her closet because they looked at it because they were like, "Oh, what happened? Did somebody get in there? Was there an earthquake or whatever?" And then they just looked and they realized that whoever installed them used super short screws. And then of course Kim had it loaded up with stuff. So that's important.
Oh, yes, it is. And I'm surprised she ain't called me to tell me come and redo the closet.
She had too many people yelling at in the moment. But sorry, finish yours.
But that makes sense, and that's why I had to make sure I had backing. And if you can look, there's already a piece on top of the piece of wood that I put it under.
Mm-hmm.
Is a piece of backing for these brackets that have been on the door or were on the door. I replaced them, but they had to put them on there because of, everything is done in terms of poundage. So I had to make sure those nails are long enough to support the weight. This table can hold up to 70 pounds.
Gotcha.
But you got to make sure you do it right because I don't want nothing falling and,
Yeah.
Or I'll open up that shit and it scratch
I
me.
was recording that or not, but fuck it. If you're attempting a project like this, you're going to need a long bit on your drill extension for your Phillips screwdriver pieces if you have the set. I have the set because I have to get in between here. And as you can see, I have these two metal pieces here that are obstructing me getting into here to drill.
Right. So I had to change out the piece and put like a long piece on there to make sure I can get in there. As you can see, I'm leveling it, make sure they're level. Because I already marked my hole. So now I'm just like making a hole with a nail and then opening it up a little bit so that I can, when I put So I don't know if people can actually see that long bit that's on the front of the drill, but now I have so this is how I'm always makeshift doing shit. You see, I'm using my chair.
Yeah. That's what you got to do.
On the chair, like raising it up and down to make sure we're level with the thing.
That's hilarious.
I don't help. This ain't done the shit. So there you have it. That's the before and after. That's the down, and then you just seen it, and this is the picture of it up.
That looks great.
Bracket. So now all I have to do is just paint it and hook it up. So hopefully it'll be done by in the next couple of weeks.
What's-
I have a lot.
Have you explained what that chain on the wall is?
Well, Dennis's father used to have a dog here in the basement when he was little, and they used to keep it on that chain. And I always wanted to have something left in. When I started moving things around, I wanted to keep pieces of, things that were like sentimental to Dennis. Regarding his dad. So I had to get that off the floor because it was bolted to the floor on like a hook. So I was like, you know what? Because it took me a lot to get that shit off the floor, like with the whole. What do they use? Yeah, it was like with the metal cutter and all of that. And it was sparking and shit. And I had them glasses on. I was like, I'm getting it. And I had to use the grinder to grind it down and even the floor out because it was still a piece of the chunk. That shit is thick. So I said, this symbolizes all the work I did to get that floor and get that shit off my floor. I painted it black.
Pat is asking the name of the brackets you used.
They're called L brackets. Drop leaf L brackets. It's like if you want to make a drop leaf table, so I have two now. I have that and my bar table on the other side of that wall is a drop leaf table. So that was my feature. I did as Daphne instructed. I taped the whole process because I'd be thinking, oh, I gotta do my hair. I was like, no, I gotta get this shit done. It's early morning. I better do it now. I was like, it's now or never.
And you just had one. You just had one AirPod in.
Oh, Chris, I went to sleep with my faux plug earrings on, the ones that stick out like this, the ones that stick through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dennis talking about, it was about 1 a.m. Dennis said, I'm turning the air on. I popped right up and went and got on the couch. And when I plopped down on the couch, the spike went in my ear. It was bleeding. I was like, well, I thought it hit my eardrum. That shit poked the shit out of the inside of my.
So wait, you don't like the air?
No, I don't like air conditioning. Hell no.
What?
Even when I was in St. Croix, the cleaning lady was like, "Oh, you don't have no air." I said, "Ma'am, I have the window, my sliding screen door open." I said, "The ocean breeze is coming up in here." I was like, "I don't need no air."
No, poor Dennis. Poor Dennis. Mm.
Oh, he's up there. I've been sleeping on the couch for like 2 days.
Because he wants to be able to sleep at night.
I know, and I don't blame him, but it makes my nose stuffy, and I can't be having hot flashes at night and be freezing. I be having cold sweats. Oh, that don't go with hot flashes. Air conditioning I go with cold sweats.
What does your ideal temperature in a house look like at night when you sleep?
About 80 something. 85, 80. 80. I like a nice warm because I love the heat, Chris. I love the heat.
Part turtle. Oh my goodness.
I am not an air conditioner. I don't even like fans blowing on me. I don't like all of that. I just like, and that's
so
what
if you
all the time.
If you walked in and somebody's home said 82 right before bed, you'd be like, "Oh, doctor." You'd be excited.
Everybody that come over here, even Jan was just down here. She's all like, "It feels nice in this." I said, because it's nice in the basement. It's a nice temperature. But when you go upstairs, she's like, "It's hot up here." I was like, "Not to me."
So wait, do you wear cover? Do you have a sheet and covers and everything?
Yes, and I sleep under a big cover. First of all, I would sleep down here under my big cover, watching the committee hearing today, taking a nap, and I was under the covers.
It's 80 plus in your house. You have a cover.
But it feels like right now it feels like it's 60 to me because my body is chilly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, it never feels like that to me. So I love, and if you put the air on, I feel it. And when I walk upstairs, I know the air's on. So I walk upstairs with my big towel around my shoulder.
I gotcha. Yeah.
I'd be like, let me go get my towel. Let me get my pillow. And I just get up on the couch.
We go to the terrarium so you can sleep. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
that's wild. 80 plus.
Yeah, I like it good. I love a good hot house. Even in the winter, I keep our shit on like 90.
What is wrong with you?
Because I ain't going to be cold in the house. What's the purpose of having heat if you're going to be fucking cold in the house? I hate when I go to my friend's house. It be 8 o'clock at night. They in there with their shoes on and shit and a sweater and a turtleneck. And they be like, "Oh, we got the heat on 65. Bitch, that is not heat. 65 is not heat. You ain't got the heat on.
Oh my gosh.
I heat on 70 in the wintertime. I'm not gonna be freezing in my own house. I want to be able to walk around like this with no shoes on the floors. I want my house to be warm. Then it's be burning up.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, he must really love you.
Everybody say that all the time.
Oh.
He suffers, and I do feel bad for him. I really do. So that's why I sleep on the couch. I'll be like, I ain't sleeping up under this air. I even close the door. I don't want to feel it, and he hates it.
Oh, that would drive me nuts. Yeah.
Good night sleep, because if he can't sleep, it ain't.
I got fans on. I got the air down. Yeah, that's.
Oh no.
Yeah.
First thing I do when I walk into any hotel room is turn the air conditioner off and turn the heat on.
We're the exact opposite. I run that air conditioner.
They like, these rooms don't even have heat. I'll be like, well, turn this off. And then I go turn the shower on and let it run on hot till the steam come out and you warm up the whole room.
Oh my gosh. I almost jokingly said that. I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, I'm not paying for this air. Crank it all the way down. Get it close to as 65 as you can. In a hotel room, I want that thing like an ice box.
Nope. I steam a room up trying to get it warm. Letting the shower run.
Okay. Now we know. Okay. I got you.
Yeah. All right, Chris. It's 10:30. We got to keep it moving. You know I got to irks and works.
What are you irking and working?
Oh, it ain't my irks and work. It's Dennis's irks and works.
Oh, Dennis contributing to irks
Dennis
and works. I love it.
He said he is irked by me having to go to the post office every day. He called me 12 years the post office.
Oh my goodness. Got it. That's great.
I said, first of all, how you know I'm getting ready to go to the post office? He talking about, because you put drawers on. I said, you right. He talking about, only time you put drawers on in the bra is if you going to the post office. I said, I may have been going upstairs to do yoga, or I might have been going running. He talking about, no, your body language said you going to the post office. You walking out here looking like a slave. He said, because you go over there every day, because people be talking about BPhlat, check your email. Check your P.O. box, check the track. He's talking about, you go over there, you check shit and don't be nothing be over there, and you come back looking crazy. I said,
what's his work?
In today.
Yeah.
So the work is, he told me don't go to the post office. Don't put drawers on around him.
Okay. All right, Dennis. I like it.
That's when he know I'm going somewhere. So he said, good. Don't let him see me going to the post office. He's talking about, you got plenty of time to go to the post office. Because he don't like for me to wear underwear and stuff in the house. I don't blame him. Like, I'm home. Why I'm going to be wasting drawers in the bra? I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, okay.
That's more laundry.
Oh, that's why. Oh, okay.
That's why. It's extra laundry.
He's Mr. Efficient. Yeah, okay. My man. My man.
He said his work is don't go to the post office around him. Don't put no drawers on. Oh, bro.
Oh, he's efficient, all right. I got it.
Oh. You want to hear what my irk was?
Yeah, I do. Good luck topping that one.
Loud, unchanging playlist in the back. I told you that they play it from 10 in the morning to night.
Yeah.
And I keep looking out there and counting the number of people on the porch, and I kept saying, who work? Then I was like, oh, maybe they all tech people are developing an app, and they're having a meeting on the porch, and they do it daily, and they're brainstorming off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they get on my damn nerve. Last night, I said, if I hear that song by, I don't even know that girl, A. Marie, one more time, that one thing, they got me tripping or something. Their playlist never changes. It's been like
same thing over and over.
They was playing my jam last night. I couldn't believe it. They changed up. They was playing Play Another Slow Jam. I don't know if you know that song from the 80s.
Maybe if I heard it.
And I can't remember if it was the SOS, man. You got to ask somebody in the comments. Let's play another slow jam. This time make it sweet. Oh, when I went in the bathroom, I said, Dennis, come in the bathroom and dance with me. Come in the bathroom and dance with me, please. He wouldn't come in to dance. He was like, hell no, Chris. I was all in the bathroom like this in the window.
You felt the moment.
Oh,
That would drive me crazy if they played the same songs over and over.
From 1982 with the blue light basement party when they did it like this. Man, so the work is request a song.
Okay, there it is.
I said,
I know.
No, I know Calvin. I'm gonna be like Calvin. Can you play my 2 songs, Juicy by the SOS, but that's Dennis' song, Juicy Fruit, and we need to play another slow jam. Mix it up.
Hey, Calvin!
I said, that's my work. I'm just yelling out there to Calvin, can I get a request? Since they playing new music.
Oh, man. Perfect.
Yeah, I was in the bathroom at least 8 minutes. Oh, just by the window, Chris. I tell you, Dennis would not come in there. I was like, Bug, they playing our jam. Just dance with me, please. Dance with me in the bathroom.
It's a one opportunity. Man.
All right. Ask Chris Deasy. Chris.
Oh, I've heard of this one. Oh, B's got to dance for this. Okay. Thank you. Get it, B. Look at her go. Do you all love this? I love it. I think you should. This woman earns it every single day. Oh my God.
You, Chris.
Thank you. Wonderful. Ask Chris Deasy. Great grace on the ones and
From your
twos.
other favorite person, Dennis.
Dennis coming through tonight.
He said, are you, he more or less was like irksome work, but he wanted me to ask you this. Are you ever irked by people that you're riding in the car with and they unlock the door, but they only unlock their side? And they got the double chirp.
I want to follow Dennis around for a couple days and see these people he interacts with. That would bother me.
And he said it irks him that the dude be dragging, like he was dragging or something, like walking slow and he couldn't keep up with Dennis, and Dennis got to the car before him and he chirped the car, but it only unlocked the driver's side.
That was his equalizer. He's like, oh.
And he's thinking like, dude, if you hit it twice, I could have been in the damn car while you still walking up to it. So
yeah, that would bug me too. And then you do the
like
click.
Yeah,
click.
so he's like, Chris, has that ever happened to you? He wanted to know, it's like,
surely it has.
Body, and you standing at the car and they shit unlocked. You like, well, what they gonna do? Like, okay.
I think that guy was punishing Dennis for beating him to the car. I think that's what it was. Oh, that's funny. We've got a few questions. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, Chris, does gin make you sin? From Lyella. I don't like gin, so not really.
That sounds like who drinks gin?
Everybody probably. I just don't like it.
Oh, women down in Boca Raton. Gin and tonic. I can see them under umbrella having a gin.
Taking a few down.
Yeah, that reminds me of a movie with Ben Stiller in it. Something about Mary. What was your girl that was all sunburnt? She looked like she had gin and tonic.
The woman who played the neighbor.
The neighbor
with the dog.
Dog, right?
That woman's talented. She's an improviser, actor. Did you ever see the movie Kingpin? She was in that too.
Yes, her.
She was the landlady in Kingpin. That remember that where she's a couple more here. We'll just knock these out real quick.
Okay.
Ask Chris Deasy, are you allowed to sit on your grandmother's furniture if she's still alive? My grandma is still alive, and I go and hang out at their place quite a bit. They have people over a lot. There's no plastic on their furniture or anything like that. It's all.
Some don't even have the plastic on the furniture, and you can't sit on it.
How many what?
There are people that don't have the plastic
Oh,
on
that's
their and
yeah.
still won't allow you to sit. My stepmom.
I had a. Where do you sit then? Not
In
there.
the dining room, not there. Yeah, you said it. You
I
ain't
had
sitting on
a.
the couch in the living room. It's yellow leather, nice plush. She'd be like,
I had a
"Get
great. I had a great grandma that was kind of like that. So I could kind of relate to that. Lakeisha asked Chris, "Are we moving on up to the east side or the west side?" The east side. I used to sing along to the Jeffersons, and I knew that whole song when I was like 3.
And
that's great.
Y'all moved up to the east side. Y'all new office. Oh, that new office is the east side.
Deluxe apartment in the sky.
Chris, did you tell everybody at your old office you could get in the sauna?
Did I what?
In the bathroom. If you go in the bathroom, you can take a bath get in the sauna.
Like at our old place, our old office and studio, it was nice and it had a lot of square footage, but it used to be luxury lofts. So we had like these giant showers and like jacuzzi and stuff in the office that never got used. They were just used for storage. But
that's what you say. That shit looked like I saw a couple towels hanging in there when I went to use the bathroom.
Right. Little work party. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's a little creepy having that kind of shower at work in an office building and with a tub with the jet things. I'm like, who need to be having all that?
Right.
I'm just expecting to see a little paper towel dryer shit that blow your hand, like at Target, and a little faucet and a toilet. It was like a whole. I was like, what they doing up here under the moonlight?
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, no jacuzzis in this one.
Thank God, that's a real office space. Chris, what, Chris? We don't have no how to hold them down. I'm mad about that. Some stories. So if you're not familiar with how they hold them down, I want untold stories that you find out later in life when you become like a teenager or even an adult. Shit, some of y'all in your latter part of life are just finding out some of the crazy shit your parents did back in the day to hold it down, to hold down the fort, to keep your household rolling. So I need some more of those funny stories. I'm going to have to get back into my repertoire and start telling on my mama.
I'm thinking of all the people you've got between like 4,000 and 20,000 views on your videos. Of all these people that watch Tighten Up Tuesday all the time, somebody's parent, or they knew someone's parent who had to sleep their way onto a basketball team, who you wanted to go to the good private school, they had to go do this, or they had to go do that, or they were scamming the pizza place, or they were doing something. I'm gonna do my best to come up with a few for next week too.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, my grandparents. If I see my grandparents this weekend, they'll know some.
I told you, my mama had us toll roading for the rent.
Yeah.
And come on, I have money in my shoes. Mark know about toll roading. That's the St. Louis thing. They be out there with the little band. They be jamming too. They want all your money. You be like, like the light. Like, get it. Look at the little girl. They be twirling. Next thing you know, they home counting all the money.
I saw a guy. Listen, again, I'm not here to knock your hustle. I'm not whatever. But at the farmer's market, at the Soulard Farmer's Market, I remember walking in, and this guy comes up to me, and I'm 30 at the time, and he's like, "Hey, I'm collecting money." I was like, "Oh, okay. Like, what are you collecting for?" I was like, "Whatever." He's doing his thing, and he told me he was on the Vashon basketball team, and I was like, "Oh, okay. You're a coach?" And he was like, "No, I play." And I was like, he looked my age. I was like, "You got to get a better hustle, man." And I was like, because I knew who the coach was. I was like, "Who's your coach?" He was like, and he started to say something, and then he goes, yeah. It just kind of walked off. But it reminded me, like, sometimes you'll get that. You'll have the legitimate sports kids at the side of the corner, or a church group, and they come up to your window and it's like, hey, we're raising money all day. Or you'll have the people
Get the
trying to
jank.
pull it up, the guys with the receding hairlines telling you they're sophomores in high school.
Yeah, I've seen it all. But the funny thing is, I'll give them money anyway because I don't care. I don't care what.
Yeah, I'm not there. Whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. So we need those stories. I need you to send them to frugalflip@gmail.com. You have crazy how they hold them down stories, send them. If
That's
you
right.
have works,
Don't send them to Frugal Philip, please.
not at all.
Please.
Chris' favorite person. If you want to be a feature on the show, boop, hit
Frugal
me
Flip.
up.
Point
That's
up,
the
point
direct.
up, B, like you know where it's at. Look up.
Boop.
Look up. Like you're looking at the email address. No,
Like
like you're
this?
looking at the email address on the screen. Nope.
Like what?
Like you're looking at the ceiling.
Like that?
Yeah, and now point. Nope. On camera where they can see. Like you're looking up. Like,
Chris, this is on my eye.
look what I'm doing.
They don't look like I'm doing that because my screen don't look like that.
Just do it. Point up. Now look up. It's hurting her brain.
My brain don't work.
It doesn't. We've shorted the system. We've asked too much of you.
I'm doing too much.
You do it all. So you get a pass.
It's almost the time to say good night, John Boy. Good night.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
MM, Fab 540, Miss 007, Quincy, Sick in the Head, Chelly
Now listen.
Couture.
next week we're featuring our CashApp report,
Oh, the quarterly report, the earnings report.
and I'm pushing my girl back a week, and hopefully
Okay.
she'll still come on. Miss Joyce. Shout out to Miss Joyce of the Back Porch Canning, Hanford, Michigan. Now, if she doesn't come on, I'm still showing her stuff because it's a dying art, and I really want people to understand it and what it is that she's doing. She's the one that redid Jamila's chair and weaved all that stuff. That takes time, kind of like Taina's painting. So you have to have patience and all of that great stuff. So anyway, we're doing the Cash App report. I'm going to let people know who I picked to be on the Beef and Bake with us, where we'll be briefing me. We'll be smoking.
Beef and bake would be funny too. People had a beef and they had to roast each other.
Brief and bake. Well, people probably will be eating beef or whatever, but Chris, I'll let you set that up.
Okay, you do that. Good night to Weena. Good night to Kathy. Missy Shue, good night as well. Good night to all you folks. You have some shows we need to tell people about before we get out of here?
Yes, and I have a Cash App dance to do for Tamichael
Mm.
and Monica LeGrand and Kathy L.
Well, let me read this for you real quick. Volume 5, She Got Jokes Too, as an also comedy show. At Carteret is that Carteret?
Carteret, New Jersey.
Carteret Performing Arts Center, 46 Washington Street, Carteret, New Jersey. That's the 14th of July coming up.
And that's the funny thing. Vanessa's coming on the show
Nice.
July 12th.
Vanessa who?
Vanessa Fraction.
There it is.
Yes.
Look at that coming up for you in Jersey. If you are in Darby, where's this at?
A suburb here in Philadelphia
Oh,
area.
great. Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha. Looks like July 23rd in the Philly area. That's right. You can see BPhlat, Silly Sizzlin' comedy show. You got music by DJ Get Down. I was going to ask who was doing music. Check it out over at 864. That's great. 864 Main Street.
Area. Shout out to Get Down.
You got Classic Lloyd, Ken Jones, and Dick Tracy coming out. Okay.
You know who Dick Tracy's brother is? Chubby Checkers.
Is that right?
Yes.
What a family. My goodness.
Of course, I'm looking forward to this.
Little Rock. Hello. This is a big one.
I gotta I told you I gotta do my dance for Kathy, Clarissa, Monica, and Tamichael. Before I get going. Chris.
Yes.
I actually have a show on July 24th. also
Where's that?
at Caroline's in New York. So,
Oh, that'll be fun. What's going on there? Is that just you, or are you doing a showcase?
it's myself, I think Dean Carter. Oh God, Lazy Lamont told me the people today we're doing like this political activist type comedy show thing at Caroline's. I have to be on the radio show. When I get all the information, it's definitely going to be up because I think I'm going to be on the radio show on July 8th.
Okay.
Then they're actually doing the live comedy show. It's a podcast, kind of like what Sherri and Kim do. It's a podcast, and I know Talent is on the show. The comedian out of New York. Everybody loves him. It's just comedy. Myself, Talent, I think Dean Edwards or Dean Carter. It's one of the others.
Well, you're on it, and it's going to be at Caroline's, so keep an eye out. I'm looking on Caroline's Instagram right now, and there's nothing on it, so keep an eye out. I'm sure there'll be more promo coming soon.
Yeah, I just got all the information on it today. So
cool, love it.
It's a podcast. When I get it together, I'll definitely send it to you. And of course, I'm going to post it, but I'll be in the NYC.
July 24th, you said?
Let me make sure. Because it's on that Sunday. Yeah, July 24th. Because the 23rd, I'm here in Philadelphia. So the 24th, I'll be in.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, they don't even have it listed yet. So Sunday, July 24th. Mark it down if you're in New York.
All right. Well, Chris, since we're signing off and I'm showing love to Michael and Monica and Kathy and Clarissa, let me go and get it in.
If you haven't yet, tell someone that you love or hate about this show, and maybe you all get along a little bit better. Special thanks to Grace Key, everybody, for getting things ready. Grace for holding it down all show long. All the Picassos. Shout out to Dennis, Sherri, Kim, the whole Two Funny Mamas family. If you're in any of the areas that B is doing shows, go see her. For the love of it all, go see her. Great show, B. We'll see you next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central.